In Japan, animated films and manga have played a crucial role in the country's culture since the post-war period, addressing audiences of all ages and fulfilling various cultural roles, from simple entertainment mediums to vehicles of messages, emotions, and deep meanings. In the last decades, animated movies have been exported abroad, obtaining a huge success, becoming a worldwide known symbol of the land of the rising sun, generating in millions of boys and girls all over the world a great curiosity and passion about that far and mysterious land. Talking about figure films, besides those derived from animated series for kids, the most famous and internationally appreciated are those of Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli. Anyway, other equally talented authors are managing to emerge in this panorama. One of the most talented is certainly Mamoru Hosoda. Before going on with the video, we kindly ask you to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you want to stay up to date with our releases, click the notification bell. To you, they are all small and free acts of kindness. To us, they make all the difference in the world. Thank you, and let's get started. Young Mamoru felt the call to become an animator after watching Miyazaki's first movie, Lupin III and the Castle of Cagliostro. Once graduated in oil painting, he worked at Toei Animation, where he became a key animator for top-tier series such as Dragon Ball Z, Slam Dunk, and Sailor Moon, and made his debut as a director in 1999 for the first 2 short films in the Digimon series. After his first experience as a director for the film One Piece, Baron no Matsuri and the Secret Island, in 2006 he directed his first featured movie not related to an animated series, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. This movie tells the story of Makoto, an energetic and carefree high school teenager who bumps into a weird device, obtaining the ability to go back in time to a moment of her choosing just by taking a huge leap. At first confused and lost, she will gradually begin to become familiar with this new ability, that she uses to have fun, sleep for long periods, improve her school grades, and manage the relationship with her 2 best friends. She soon discovers that altering the time could lead to disasters, which she must then try to solve. The core of this film, based on a 1960s novel, is the carefree attitude of adolescence, and the feeling that this age of life could last forever, together with first loves and those little problems which seem insignificant as adults, even though they felt as big as the whole world when experienced at a younger age. The film met with the approval and enthusiasm of critics and audiences, allowing him to realize his second movie, Summer Wars. The subject of this 2009's movie, written by Hosoda himself, is extremely up-to-date. Kenji, a shy but brilliant high school student, is hired as a fake boyfriend by his friend and senpai Natsuki to accompany her to her great-grandmother's birthday party. On that occasion, he will meet the large, powerful, and weird Jinnuchi family, who immediately unveils the deception and reveals the boys' identity. Meanwhile, a global threat is bringing whole Japan to its knees. An artificial intelligence is taking control of Oz, a virtual world to which every person, entity, and corporation is connected, throwing the country into chaos. With the support of the Jinnuchi family and its powerful means, it will be up to Kenji to try to stop this cataclysm. The strength of this film is the comparison between present and past, modernity and tradition, represented by Oz and the Jinnuchi clan. Summer Wars deals with the concept of metaverse, which has been brought to everybody's attention by Mark Zuckerberg just a few months ago, ahead of its time, representing the near future of technology and connectivity, highlighting lights and shades, advantages, and the major risks associated with it. It emphasizes the contrast between an era that is waning but still retains dignity and importance, and a modernity that is speeding ahead and on the verge of getting out of control, and how these two worlds collide and come together during a crisis. On the strength of this new success, Hosoda got back to work, and in 2012 he published Wolf Children, one of his most beautiful and touching films. Hana, a 19-year-old university student, meets a charming and mysterious boy with whom love soon blossoms. The boy, with no few difficulties, reveals to her that he is the last wolfman, a lineage capable of assuming both forms and encompassing both natures. Hana is not frightened by the revelation, and two children, Yuki and Ane, literally snow and rain, are born from their love. Unfortunately, just after the birth of the second son, the father loses his life while providing food for his family. Anna is left alone to take care of her children, who, just like the father, embody both the human and wolf nature, but she is terrified of society's judgment of them. She decides to move to the countryside to raise her children far from the chaos of the city and let them be free to express both their natures. This film focuses on the beauty and the challenges of motherhood and a mother's love for her children. The hardest challenge is to protect them from the wickedness of the world, but at the same time to allow them to express themselves freely for who they really are, accompanying and supporting them as they grow up, and accepting that eventually they will reach the age where they will find their identity, spread their wings, and take flight into life and the future. Hosoda's career is now fully launched to the stars, and in 2015 he realized The Boy and the Beast. Ren is a 9-year-old kid who, just after his mother's death, runs away from home to get lost in the streets of Shibuya, the most crowded district of Tokyo. Komatetsu is a bakemono, a man-beast living in a parallel world, who walks the streets of the city in search of a disciple. Their fortuitous meeting will mark the beginning of a deep relationship. Ren, a rebellious boy who is determined to learn, is looking for a father figure, while Komatetsu, an extremely strong but undisciplined warrior who has great difficulties in establishing any kind of relationship with others, gradually grows fond of the young man, raising him as his own son. While growing up, Ren will try to find his balance between the human and the beast world and fill the void that he feels in his heart, while Komatetsu, thanks to the powerful bond that has with Ren, aspires to become the new Grand Master of his kingdom. With his work, Hosoda addresses the issue of paternity, a topic very dear to him since the birth of his children, focusing on the construction of a bond that goes beyond the pure biological parenthood, highlighting the importance of this relationship. Both Ren and Komatetsu are disciple and master, since everyone has always something to learn and to teach. To the moment when reaching adulthood, their paths seem to divide, but in reality they are inextricably bound together forever. Mamoru's experience as a parent led him to think about and realize Mirai in 2018. In this film, little Kun, spoiled and pampered by his parents, sees his life change with the birth of his little sister, Mirai, feeling very jealous of the affection he thinks has been taken away from him. But his whims are interrupted by visions. One by one, he will meet his family members from the past, present and future, leading him to reflect on the situation he is facing and finally accepting his role as Mirai's older brother. With his work, Hosoda reaches for now the highest point of a career that seems destined to grow further, being the movie screened at Cannes, nominated for a Golden Globe and entering the short list of nominations for the Academy Award for Best Animated Film, the first film not from the Ghibli studio to achieve this goal. As Hosoda himself said, there is a common thread in the themes of my films. The Girl Who Leapt Through Time was about youth. Summer Wars was about family. Wolf Children was about motherhood. The Boy and the Beast was about fatherhood. Mirai is about a child who is trying to reclaim his parents' love. His latest film, Belle, is currently being released in US cinemas, and in the coming months it will also be released in Europe and the rest of the world. Our expectations are sky high, and we hope that sooner or later Mamoru Hosoda will be able to emerge internationally in pop culture like Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli did. And considering the beauty, depth and elegance of his films, we are sure it will only be a matter of time. Thanks for watching. What do you think about Mamoru Hosoda's movies? Have you ever watched them? Let us know what you think about them in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe and share it with your friends. See you in the next video. Ciao a tutti.